Mr. President, on behalf of the carpet industry, the citizens of Dalton, Georgia, we welcome you to the carpet capital of the world.
Dalton, Georgia. For over 100 years, this town has been at the epicenter of the worldwide floor covering industry. Starting out of an old bedspread business after the Civil War, and quickly expanding into a wildly successful industry following World War II. However, over the last few years, this industry has been in a financial decline. Factories are shutting down, employees are being laid off, and nobody knows how or when a solution will come. One of the industry's biggest giants, Shaw Industries, has seen some of the worst difficulties of any company in Dalton. From January to June of 2009, Shaw lost over $308 million, with more losses later in the year. With the forecast of Dalton's business not looking positive for the next few years, one can only wonder what may become of this once powerful industry. With the local unemployment rate at a staggering 13%, it's become obvious that improvements must be made, and made with a quickness. It is clear that the time for questions is over, and the time for a resolution must begin now. It is clear that local business leaders must rise. It is clear that the American spirit of hard work and integrity must return. It is clear that the carpet industry must begin weaving a new age. If you stand near any out-of-business carpet factory here in the city of Dalton, you'll notice that something's missing. That something, quite simply, is sound. Just 2 or 3 years ago, what you might have heard, just standing right here, would have been the sounds of employees hard at work, sounds of machinery, sound of success. But now what you hear is this, sound of nature. Since 2008, as many as 6 carpet factories have shut down in the city of Dalton alone, with many more in the surrounding area. Hi everybody, I'm Lucas Kaler.
And I'm Chris Skidmore, and as 2 young adults living in the city of Dalton, we can't help but to be concerned about our local carpet industry. While we may not want to live here or work here forever, we understand that as many people's only option. This documentary is more than a story about business, it is a story about people.
That's right, Chris, thank you. And who better to ask about those people than Dalton's own Robert Shaw. Robert co-founded Shaw Industries in the mid-20th century, and while he retired from Shaw in 2006, he still plays a vital role in local business. We sat down with Mr. Shaw back in March to find out what he had to say about the future of Dalton's industry.
The easiest thing in the world is to go back and say, well, should we have diversified? Should we brought in other industries and what have you? How do you bring in other industries when you have no people to really man that industry? 4.5% unemployment, or even lower than that. Quite frankly, those 4.5% are not going to work no matter if you gave them Preston's job. So it is as simple as we didn't need. The only time I hear how much we need other industries is during that period. It's downturn. About every 10 years you'll have a cycle, or a cyclical industry will have a downturn.
That's true, because the carpet industry suffered similar problems back in the 1970s. However, none of the problems were as severe then as the ones we have today. In the 70s, the panic was about job losses. Today, the panic is about whole companies shutting down.
The carpet industry has outgrown the gross national product for probably the past 40 years. If you want to take an average, the carpet industry will continue to outgrow the gross national product. Gross national product is probably going to get back on about a 2.5% to 3% growth. Carpet industry will grow somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 5% from the base we're in right now. We're off almost 38% from the peak, but we'll start making the recovery at the same time the economy is making a recovery. So it'll take us to get back to, really 2005 was our peak area of carpet. It'll take us probably 4 years to get back to that. We have a unique situation. We have what I call a moat built around us. We do not have foreign competition.
That is also true. While cities in Belgium and Germany are trying their best to rival the city of Dalton, they've never become close to being the carpet capital of the world. This fact can be used to Dalton's advantage as the town makes almost 75% of America's carpet.
It's only after the success of the carpet industry have we even talked about, well, did we do it wrong? Oh, no, we didn't do it wrong. We did it really right. If you look at the standard of living of Northwest Georgia, which is totally dependent, I mean, doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, totally dependent on the carpet industry. The standard of living, as you compare it to other towns our size, are our standard from education to hospitals to churches and right on through have been considerably better than other small southern towns. I'm always amazed that the history books always talk about what you should have done, and I like to talk about what we did do, which was amazing, quite frankly. We built a $25 billion in Northwest Georgia in less than 100 years, so that's pretty good.
So there you have it, a look at the new age of the carpet industry from Robert Shaw himself. While the town may be pessimistic about the industry right now, things should return back to normal soon, according to past business trends. As long as the floor covering giants are responsible, as long as employees stay loyal, and as long as consumers are willing to buy carpet, Dalton, Georgia will always have an industry to call their own. With the face of international business changing, it is clear that this town must make some difficult changes to adapt. It will be a challenge, but we have proven time and time again that we can change, and this time should be no exception.
I like saving money.